Me chamo António. My name is António, but I signed my work as Pantónio. It was something that name appears when I was working in advertising. I was working in advertising some years ago, and someone always seeing me with Pantónio catalogs make this joke with António and Pantónio. It was supposed to make a PDF and to have an order on the pictures and on the things that I should show, but I haven't done. So this will be like a kind of a mess, but I'll try to show my story even like that. So I'm sorry if I have to run up and down to search for the images. As I say, my story, it's someone of always connected with the drawing, with the school of drawing, and that work in advertising and illustration, but never felt good really working and on the principles of it. So I made a lot of attempts to, going in and going out of agencies, of my jobs, until I assumed that even the city, it was not for me, and I start joking and playing with the street. I change for my caravan. I travel, and I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I start to put my work out in the streets. And this was a big change for me. It was a change that passing from offices to the street, and that comes from the knowing people and living on the street, feeling and receiving and giving this love from the interaction with the people, and these kind of things that I start doing on street, it was always with ingenuine wanting to participate in the place where I was, near where I was, and playing with the things that appears in front of me. For example, this is a wall that some truck went into it. It broke, and the next day I was living near, and I was passing near. I was stopping my van, and I just went there and planned the things very well before, and made this joke with Liechtenstein and with playing what happened before, if it was the painting, if it was the crash, if it was, and the method to do this, it was, I always liked this playing also with the rules, and I changed, and I made this during the day, with funny story that I was doing this, and the car to repair it appears, and with a police motto, and I had to search for the paper with authorization. Of course, I had no authorization, and it gives me time to finish the day doing it. All this change of life and traveling on my van take me to some places, to know some people, and the most important part for me of this history, of this first chapter, it was my stop in a fisherman's village, where I stopped just to wash my clothes, and some people saw, some guys that were there saw that I had some cans on my van, and asked me if I didn't want to paint their warehouses. I said yes. I started to paint. It was they gave me a lot of things. They gave me clothes. They asked me to stay. I stay for almost 1 year. I paint their warehouses, their cafes. I take the license of fishermen. I went I lived there. And it was a really nice story. I made the lettering for the church parties. I made portraits for a lot of families. I have to church. It was such a huge and nice experience that it went too far. So much that because they pushed me some water, some electricity for my caravan. I was taking shower in the public bathrooms, and in the morning, every day, somebody would go there and ask me to make portraits of someone by 10 euros, by 3 euros. So it was 1 year of true experience with the people. And I had to go. It was too strong, and it was time for it. It was time, and it was time to connect again with my islands. I'm from Azores, from the Azores Islands, and went to do some new work, some trying to search for new techniques, and now when I look to these techniques, and when I question myself, why are they like this? Why the colors? Why the shape? Why the lines? Now with some distance, I can understand. My islands are volcanic. There are a lot of volcanic rocks. There are the strong of the sea. I work during a lot of years, I also work in gravure. So, and looking at it, I understand on the colors, on the energy of it, on the movement of it, that is connected with this past and with these techniques that I enjoy so much. So, I was in Azores and for some time, and it was time to go back to the city. I'm a young guy, and I was not prepared yet to be in the countryside, and I need some of this stress, some of this rush of the city, some of this willing to win something, to prove something, knowing myself as a human, politic human that wants to prove something. And this is not supposed to show here. Sorry. I will have to search for something to continue this history that is only on my mind, but not here on the files. So I put this for now. And And this willing to go to show something, to show my work somewhere, it made me buy just a ticket and go to the city, to Lisbon. And when I get to the city, I realized that I had 25 euros on my pocket. So no more house, no more place, and some friends. So what I did, I went to some galleries, I showed my work. I said, I want to do things, and I need a place, and I need canvas. I went to some friends and asked some money, and I made my exhibition. I made my exhibition, and it went very, very well. I sold everything. It was a nice party. And I want to show something that is not here. Sorry. That came with this kind of shapes. That came with this kind of energy. The result of it was that I could show my work, and some curators noticed and enjoyed what I was doing, and immediately they invite me for a project in Paris, that it was to intervene in an old building, that it was going to be destroyed, and with other 100 artists, to show each one in one room what our point of view. When I get there at this project, the Tour 13, I get nervous, like now, and because there was such good artists playing on this space, and I wanted to quit. I said, okay, I came here, but I want to do nothing. And I quit it for 1-2 days. I said, okay, I go back. I want to do this. And I just went to the city. I get a bike and walk around the city, felt the energy of the city, and after some hours, I said, no, it's impossible to. I have this opportunity. I'm here. It's to make something. I draw since young. I want to do something. This is failing. I don't want this. So I went back during the night, and I passed all night painting, and I finished the work in 2 days. And it's the work. It's this one. It's this energy that I receive from a city like Paris. I've never been before in Paris before this time, and the rush of the cars, the crowd of the people, all this energy, also with the energy of the competition of the artists, because we sometimes think that. In art, it's just being free and letting be and doing our stuff, and it's supposed to be this, but no, it's like in other occupations, in other arts. And I pass here what I felt about this, and I finished the painting, and I started thinking, what if somebody hides something on the floor, some kid that was living on this room hides something, and I break one of this things on the floor. And I start, and then I did it more. And that's how it appears. So all of this, and that's why I'm explaining you so much of these details. It's because the process for me it's really important, and I think it should be important in the creation. Not just the final result, but the process for yourself, to be truthful with the things. So this chapter of this voyage that I'm doing has a lot of rabbits. Rabbits as a representation of myself, of ourselves in the cities and the different situations. And that's why I'm doing, during a lot of time, I made this, a bunch of rabbits everywhere. In different situations, it's almost like looking around and represent them as some people that I see, that I observe. So much that in Paris, a lot of people call me Monsieur Lapin, Mr. Rabbit, because in street art there is this thing now also that you are recognized for something that you do as a brand. Pantónio makes rabbits. André makes faces. He paints it just in black. He paints just in red. And also I was explaining all of this because sometimes it's not about just the shape, but it's about the energy that you put in, the way that you work on it, the way that you feel the things and inspire you for other things after. This was a painting that I did for Tunisia. I've been traveling a lot these years. I've been painting in a lot of countries. The first time that I was in Tunisia, I paint one hand, making a high five with other my friends. Okay. It was just a high five. It was just a drawing. But in these different countries, the cultural things, the way that people think about feel the things are really different. Sometimes it goes really well, sometimes it goes really bad. For example, in this time, I invite Bomka, that I really love. It's this drawing on the left, and I invite him to make the other hand. And we made this in one night. And in the other day, all the people from the village went there and they raised it. It was really hard for them. It was really meaningful for them because it's the man of Fatma. It's about the not so much good things sometimes, and it's a kind of being hurt. And they wanted to know why here there is this kind of this thing with the key, with the hole of the key, and which door is open, and the door goes where, and it's about the meaning. It's not about the drawing. It's not about, so this was a really bad experience, and it was the opposite of these swallows that was here shown before. Just because I was on the city, I was there, and the swallows are the birds of the prophet, and it was a good thing. So sometimes it's just letting things flowing. Just letting things flow. And and showing and feeling the place and respect the places. I was trying to show the process of some of these drawings, of these works. And okay, we have let it in flow. This is a drawing that I made in a abandoned hospital. It's authorized, and it's playing about. It's playing with. It's a monkey. A monkey representing the man, for example, and it's at the same time that is looking and it is admiring a bird. It's also kind of trapping him. It's like it's killing him, and sometimes. Sometimes people don't. I'm explaining that it's a monkey and it's a bird because it already happened to me that I had to explain that here there is a hand, there is a face, and there is a bird for me here, and so sometimes you do for you, but you are on the street. It's about having some respect for the people that will look, that will see the things. Until now, I can mark one of my projects to be official on the thing, and this is a bridge also in Paris. It's a bridge where the cadenas, the lockers went out and were substituted by some rope, some paintings. And it's 150 meters of painting. Sometimes people think that some of these projects takes a long time to do. In certain cases, they are really fast. Must be done really fast. In this case, it's 150 meters painted in 3 or 4 days. In 4 days, I think. And it's a time that passes really fast, and even the ideas have to be really direct, or you just play on this case. It's a little abstract. For me, it makes sense. It's the ropes that are holding the bridge and breaking in the middle. But you can't see from far, or in photos. It doesn't work so much like this. But the important on all of these things, for me, it's really the way that they happen, the way that they go with the people around. And I was showing this photo because it was a project made in Montreal, in Canada, where some graffiti made some things around. And we erased these tags and graffiti that were there. And most of the people from the neighborhoods were very angry about it. And I understand, and it's true, it's erasing some of the history that is passing through this place, some of the attitudes. And they thought that it was just too clean to put in white. In the end, what I did, it was, and I have to show this, what I did, and the result of this, it's, and I hope it's here. Okay, it's not. Well, in the end, the thing, it went very, people get very satisfied with it. And we did things together. Communitary painting where it could involve all the people, where they made a party and something real happened on the street. So it's good that I was saved by the bell. It's the time it's over. But it's street art. It's becoming something that advertising, design, and all areas are taking advantage of it to sell things, to promote things. Some of the painting that I've done are to help politicians to show that they are modern. Some, then I discovered that is to sell something. But in the end, this should be something for the street, for the people, for the interaction, and to free something, and not. So please take in advantage of this. It's not to sell cars. It's not to sell bicycles. It's not to sell this kind of thing. It's to interact with people. I'm sorry for this disorganization, and thank you for your time. Thank you.